Yeah, so we run on an AI. We run on a trust engine. This trust engine is an AI-powered, privacy-first, privacy-preserving trust engine. What it does is you ask for certain permissions. And these permissions, like the permission to actually be able to access your phone book or your social network, which includes Facebook, for instance. Right now they're working on LinkedIn. So what it does is it maps your relationships across your phone book and your social network. And based on those relationships, it's able to know who to serve what recommendation.
But can I be able to use the MaraMoja service
Yes.
if I decline certain permissions?
Yes, you can. So
it doesn't block me from...
It doesn't block you. It doesn't block you. So basically, for a person who hasn't given the permissions, you're going to get driver offers with no recommendations, no personal recommendations. So you'll just see so and so. But what you can do, you can also select the drivers that you like, and you'll get your own personal recommendations every time. Which means if, let's say, there are like 20 drivers here, and there's one specific one that you like, every single time you open and they're nearby, you'll always be seeing them, and you can always use them the next time you take
While
the
still at
service.
security, one of the areas that has never been managed well, which really affects our kids, is the aspects of either the crooks, the pedophiles on our roads.
Yeah.
And we can't hide the fact that they are there. And even the police have databases of forever looking for these guys who are not available. And one of the easiest jobs to get in Kenya is driving.
Yeah.
And so you'll be blacklisted by one taxi app, you go to the another one, before they realize you've done a few months. So what relationships are you having with either the security agencies or your competitors to weed out these guys? Because when we touch on personalized services, it means the instances where I'll send someone with my phone to deliver it to someone. Or so I'll have forgotten my phone somewhere and I need it delivered. So in itself being brought is a service. The instances where I'll want my son to go visit an auntie, I don't visit. So what I do is that I get them into that. So I don't know whether they were a pedophile. The only thing, the recommendation they have is that they've been very good to everyone else. You don't know if this is the only time the devil visits. So how do you ensure that such cases, most of pedophile, it's an area we rarely mention when you're talking about drivers, but it's there. It's a reality.
True.
Same as sexual assaults. It's happening to the ladies we're being told here now and then. I think I've read it on Twitter twice within the week, where a lady was almost either sexually assaulted or even jacked. So how do we manage that?
Yeah, so the proactive way to manage it is to use whatever information that's available, which you already use. So before a driver is signed up on the platform, we have to get like their criminal history. And any driver with the criminal history will never be allowed on the platform. Then also beyond that, we have a quality assurance process, which basically involves our customers, which means you as a rider, as much as you can select the drivers that you like, you can also get complaints and you actually remove bad actors. Generally, in terms of sharing data across the industry, especially with this new data protection law, it's very difficult to share data with the third parties. So we actually don't do that. So all the data that we have, including user data and those recommendations that we even give, the key difference, even if you look at how the recommendations are served, even us as MaraMoja don't have control over your data once you put it there, because it's put on a blockchain technology. So the AI is built on blockchain, which means the data is distributed and no one can manipulate it or do anything with it. And it's privacy preserving in that sense, in the sense that it's not very specific. It's very general in terms of the recommendations which give out. So I won't really give you specific information and say that so and so actually use this driver to go from this point to that point. So when it comes to this question that you're asking, and it's a really important question, if you look at the way the ecosystem has been developed, we've done a lot in order to weed out such cases. And what we've done is by building this trust network. Because if you look at it, you have two choices, which probably are not very good. You'd actually want both. Where do you care about your safeguards? That you are willing to sacrifice your convenience to ensure that your children are safe? Or do you care about convenience, that you're willing to sacrifice your safeguards to ensure your children are safe? So if you look at someone who really cares about their children's safeguard, what are they going to do? They're going to say, I don't trust public transport. I don't trust taxis. I have to be doing this thing myself. And you'll take your kids to wherever they need to go, and you'll be very happy and feel secure. For people who care about convenience, they're going to hail a random taxi that is always available. Yeah? But for people who care about both, they're going to use MaraMoja. And the reason why they're going to use MaraMoja is because in the application itself, we baked in certain things that will improve your safeguard, the safeguard of your kids, in the sense that you're able to identify through your network who actually knows this person and who has actually had an experience with them. Because, as you know, certain behaviors, you can't fool everyone. You can fool some people, but not everyone. And the reason why they are going to use MaraMoja is because in the application itself, we've baked in certain things that will improve your safeguard, the safeguard of your kids, in the sense that you're able to identify through your network who actually knows this person and who has actually had an experience with them. Because, as you know, certain behaviors, you can't fool everyone. You can fool some people, but not everyone. So in some way, using these recommendations that you're using, what it ensures is that your network becomes part of your quality control option that you have. And that's the key value that we bring onto the table.
They say necessity is a mother of invention.
Yeah, sure.
So when you mention about that, I keep asking, the question that's running through is, what got you thinking about MaraMoja?
Yes.
Nini ilifanya? Because there has to be either an event that happened or a mess somewhere and you thought, no. And because you're in this spectrum, of course, one of the things you do is think of apps.
Yes.
That will solve a solution,
yes.
a problem. So I've been asking myself, nini Ronald ilimfanyia? Okay, you thought, no, this space, I have to cover it using this.
Yeah. Was it a problem that happened to you, to someone you know? There has to be a story behind this. It's not the conventional way of thinking, so there has to be something that sparked it up.